up for Mr. Jess Mile.
Thank you. So it's officially fall. I'm kind of glad about it. This was a weird summer. We all learned that Hulk Hogan was kind of a dick. I think it wasn't surprising because we all know what he looks like, but I think the only surprising thing about that news story was that Vince McMahon fired him. I was like, oh, that's adorable. Really, Vince? Your entire company wasn't based off racial stereotypes? This was 10 years ago. WWF would have written that into a storyline. It would have been like, oh, yeah, we'll just bring back the NWO, and we'll change what the initials mean. The last two stand for wait outside. Yeah, I like when you do the work for that. Just to be clear, everyone that laughed just said the N-word in their head. That's on them, not me. All the race stuff that comes up in the news puts me in a weird position, because I'm actually biracial. I'm half Irish, and I'm half black, and nobody believes me. And I get it, because I know what I look like. And when someone who looks like me says they're half black, you get looked at in one of two ways. Either you're lying, or you're about to go on a racist tirade. Neither of which is true. So I have to defend who I am to my friends. I have to be like, no, my mom was light-skinned, my dad was Irish, you mix that, and you get me. And once they believe me, I get to find out how racist my friends are as they pick out features on me they identify as black. They're like, oh yeah, now that you say that, you have a black nose. Like, the fuck does that mean? But you know, your bottom lip's a little puffy and that wrinkle in the back of your head, totally a black thing. Like, wow, you guys are really racist. I didn't even know that was a stereotype. But even my closest friends didn't believe me. They were like, you have white parents. And I'm like, now I have to explain how adoption works to you people. But it's fine, because mine wasn't normal. Basically, how I came about was my mom, who was black, was working in a restaurant and sleeping with the bartender, because that's how working in restaurants work. And he had a fiance he didn't tell her about. So when she got pregnant, he came in and was like, hey, I'm Irish, it's the 80s, you're you, here's $400. Want to give that a little flusheroo? Don't get weird about it, spoiler alert, I'm on a stage in front of you, I made it. You don't get to feel bad about that. No. So my mom, being thrifty, pocketed the $400. Had me, and like a responsible parent, went on vacation. She dropped me off at a daycare center run by a 21-year-old woman, and when she got back from vacation, she was like, you know, I gave it a lot of thought, and you know that 1 week without a kid? Way better than 6 with it. You want to keep that? And my mom, being 21 in the 80s, is like, do I want a mulatto baby right now? Hello, conversation starter, thank you. That was the end of the legal process, and I don't know if you guys know this, that's not legal at all. I'm pretty sure my entire life has been a 27-year kidnapping that I'm just cool with. But I felt for my mom. Having an adopted kid, you have to change your parenting style, especially as a mom. Like, you lose that end-all, be-all line. I brought you into this world, and I can take you out of it. Well, you can't, because that'd just make you a child murderer. Didn't give birth. But she would improvise. She would say, I will send you to a mean family that doesn't love you, and make me sit down and watch Dateline NBC reports on child abuse. And she would UFC shit talk the whole time and be like, see how mean that family is? And they have a vacancy now. I was like, all right, I'll clean my room. Jesus Christ. But, you know, I don't know if I became friends with my biological mom, which I was happy with, because I can use her Facebook as a backup ID when anyone questions me. But I'm starting to get concerned, because the older she gets, the lighter she gets. And I thought that was just like Obama or Morgan Freeman. She looks like an old sketch an artist isn't happy about, and he's erasing like a little bit each year. I don't want to take anything away from her. She could be doing reverse Rachel Dolezal to get ahead in life. So I called her up, and I was like, hey, quick question. I know this seems fucked up, but you're 100% black, right? Because, like, my gamer tag is African Jesse. A few conversations rely on that 50-50. And she's like, no, I get why you would ask that, because I'm so light. But I always thought I was half, and then I met my real parents, and they're like, walk in front of a chalkboard and you lose them black. It's just recessive genes. And I'm like, fantastic, color dispute ended. Quick question, did you just say you're adopted too? And she's like, yeah, I was raised by white people too. Isn't that hilarious? Hilarious, not the word I was thinking of. Is that genetic? Like, I don't want to have kids of my own. I'm terrified I'm going to meet a woman, fall in love, have a kid, be sitting in the delivery room, holding my firstborn and just go, Yeah, I'm gonna go with a hard pass, Doc. It's just a gut feeling I got. This first one's always a dud, everybody knows that. If you don't take it back, I'm just gonna give it to a coworker, because that's how adoption works. Thank you guys from Jesse Mile.
Jesse Miles, everybody, Jesse Miles.